been 3 quite terrible days. And then Michael had an accident and ended up at the police station. And there was 3 ambulances waiting at the pier because the weather was so bad, wiped everybody out on the boat, and 3 people were rushed to hospital. The time has come, guys. It's time to drive to Phuket. Woo! We're leaving Bangkok today, me and Dreamy. And we have got a lot of distance to cover, seeing places that I absolutely loved and sharing them with you if you missed it the first time, as well as going to loads of new places that we haven't been to, such as Koh Tao. We'll be going to Koh Tao very soon. Let's get on the road, let's go pick up Michael, and let's get out of Bangkok and hit south. My name is Paddy Doyle, and this is my little Honda Dream, and welcome to Next Level Adventures. Right now, we are attempting to visit every single province in Thailand. We've had some incredible adventures already, but the best part is we're only just getting started. So subscribe and join us as we discover this incredible country together. Hello.
I'm all nerves. I'm scared. I think we're gonna have to share a hotel room at least one night.
So this is your ride. Let's take a look at your bike. I like it. Honda Forza, right?
Yeah.
350 or 300?
300.
Who's this guy?
150 baht. It's my spirit animal.
Okay.
His name's Matt.
Well, welcome. This is the first time you've met Dreamy.
Oh.
Here she is. In all of her little wonder.
So today, literally, I'm gonna follow my Dreamy.
Yes, exactly. And I reckon we should get to Hua Hin around 4 o'clock.
Okay.
Or earlier, if we're lucky.
For happy hour?
Yeah, exactly. Should we take a quick selfie?
Oh yeah, we should.
Do you have your phone? Let's stand in front of the bikes and do a quick selfie. If you're wondering who Michael is, he's one of my Patreons. Big time, long time supporter of the channel. And I put up on Patreon and to my channel members a couple of months ago, if anybody wanted to come to Phuket with me and make the road trip a little bit less lonely. And Michael was the only one who had the time and the bravery to just drop everything and come to Thailand. And he's gonna be with us all the way to Phuket. Welcome to Phra Nakhon Kiri Palace, home of the great King Rama IV. Let's go check it out. Okay, we're here about 3 hours south of Bangkok. How are you feeling on the roads?
It was a quick 3 hours.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How's your butt?
Give you a 2,000 baht. 2,000 baht if you rub it for me.
Mate, I'd do it for free. I'd rub your ass. Get right in there. So, about another hour before we get to Hua Hin, right on the side of the main road is this place. It was a palace built for, I think it was built for Rama IV, but then I think by the time it was finished, Rama V moved in. And you can actually go and see the royal quarters and the private estate. It's absolutely gorgeous. Are you a vlogger now? What's going on with this?
I'm sending stuff to my wife on Facebook.
He's gonna start a YouTube channel by the end of this trip.
Not paddydoyle.com. Where's the safety rope?
Yeah, right?
Right.
Yeah, absolutely, just as beautiful as last time. So you go through this actual building, which is where the king used to sleep, and you can go into his bedroom, where he used to get a shave, washroom, hangout room, games room, and just can't film inside, unfortunately. But it's really nice. It's cool to be able to actually go inside a beautiful, old, royal palace. Michael says he's sending messages to his wife, but I'm not convinced. I think he's the next vlogger to hit the scene. Excuse me, are you a vlogger?
Yes, I'm notpaddydoyle.com.
What did you think about being able to go inside the little palace?
I looked on Airbnb.
Yeah?
It's 16,000 baht per night. No aircon. But we should do it. We're ballers.
Right, lovely little stop. But we're on a mission, me and Michael, to get to Hua Hin, find a nice place to stay, dump our stuff, get to the beach. Should we get back on the road?
Sir, yes, sir.
Let's do it. Right, we've checked in to the B2 Premier. These hotels are always just such a reliable, cheap option. Clean, centrally located, and they do exactly what they say on the tin, which is nice firm, clean bed, nice hot shower, and they never include breakfast, but you're normally looking at 500 to 800 baht. We paid 800 baht because it's the weekend. And Michael's lovely, isn't he? He's a really sweet, nice guy, and it feels strange to be sharing the road with someone, you know, checking the mirror to make sure if they're still following, and just having people to share little experiences with along the way. So it's different for me. I've never really done it before, invited anybody to come join me yet. At the beginning of the trip, I was planning to do loads of ride-alongs, but then I've just kind of got stuck in my ways, and I quite enjoy the solitudinal, lonely traveler, single, solo travel life kind of thing. But it is really nice to have someone. So hopefully we don't butt heads. Yeah, it's been 3 quite terrible days. Let me take you somewhere a little bit quieter and I'll explain everything. Right, so beautiful sunset, beautiful weather in Hua Hin when we arrived, and we had a few beers, we had a nice Vietnamese dinner, and we had an early night. The next day, it was like a whole different country. It was like we'd just transported ourselves back to England on a rainy, miserable day. There was a huge change in weather across the whole of the south of Thailand, even as far as Bangkok. It dropped from 35 degrees Celsius to 20. And it was so cold, and the weather was windy and rainy and miserable. So we said, okay, we'll just take a day off in Hua Hin and we'll wait for the weather to blow over. And then Michael had an accident and ended up at the police station. So he went out on his own to explore one of the temples in Hua Hin, and I was just in bed. Actually, I had food poisoning and I had diarrhea, and it was terrible. And then Michael texted me and he said, I've just had an accident and the police are coming. So the first thing I said is, are you okay, and how is the bike? And he said he was fine, but the bike had some damage to it. The front panel had popped out and he had smashed a little part of the wing mirror and the front mirror, and that the Thai police had been called, and he ended up going to the police station. Luckily he was in the right. They cut him up and crashed into him. It wasn't the other way around. But because he didn't indicate, the police gave him a fine of 500 baht. But the other 2 people who had called the police, they got in more trouble. So when the truth came through and the reenactments were played, and he was there for a couple of hours, and then Michael got out of the police station with a selfie with the police, a story to tell, and thankfully no injuries. And then I had another night of just fever and diarrhea. I think it was the food we had or something. I don't know what happened. I was just dead. And the weather was terrible. And so yesterday we just braved it and we drove all the way here to Chumpon, and the weather was terrible and it took us 5-6 hours and the ride was miserable, and I was in so much pain because I hadn't slept. I had to stop quite often to go to the toilet. Just real miserable, a real miserable few days. And then today Miss P has arrived, and we were planning to get the ferry to Koh Tao. However, the waves and the weather is so bad. And last night when we were having dinner, luckily someone told us that they had gone to the pier to pick up their friends who had come back from Koh Tao, and there was 3 ambulances waiting at the pier because the weather was so bad, wiped everybody out on the boat, and 3 people were rushed to hospital because they were so sick. And they were sick everywhere, and apparently the whole ferry ride was just an absolute misery. So today we were basically going to cancel going to Koh Tao. However, we've just called the ferry company, and they've said that they're not going to be doing the smaller speedboat today. They're going to be upgrading to the bigger ferry, the catamaran, which we're thinking is still going to be miserable, but it's hopefully going to be less miserable than a small speedboat getting absolutely battered around by the waves. You see, the thing is, Michael had booked a really nice place in Koh Tao on Airbnb, a big villa, very expensive, and we felt bad for him. You see, one of the things Michael told me was, you know, he's never been on one of these trips where nothing was planned, you know, no itinerary, just let's drive and let's see what happens, because that's how I travel. Because if I'm sick or if the weather's bad, then we just stay in the town, and you know, you just play by your weather, you play by your mood, you play by your health. And so I was like, this is the whole point about now that I'm traveling with someone, I have to adapt and change my travel style. He wants to book things, and so he booked Koh Tao. And at the time, I was said, okay, fine, that's okay. I mean, we didn't expect the bad weather, we didn't expect the wind, we didn't expect diarrhea and sickness. So I dragged myself to here. I dragged myself to Chumpon, yesterday. And I passed out last night, and luckily I got about 6, 7, 8 hours sleep. And then today, with the news of the ferry changing to the bigger ferry, I think we're going to brave it, because I don't want him to lose out on this expensive booking. He can't get a refund. Michael had an accident, I had diarrhea, the weather's terrible, and now we're going to Koh Tao, and we don't know, you know, if we're going to get there in one piece. Just bumped into some subscribers who just got the ferry from Koh Tao to Chumpon, and they said it was brutal and everybody was being sick. So we've taken our medicine, and I think we're just going to suck it up for 2 hours and hope that it's all going to be worth it. Yeah, things were not looking good for this ferry ride to Koh Tao. We were dreading it. The faces on the people who got off this ferry, guys, just said it all. We were putting ourselves up for a few hours of hell and misery, but was it going to be worth it? Is Koh Tao the jewel in the Gulf of Thailand? What will happen? Will this road trip get back on form? Will Michael have more accidents? Will I get more diarrhea? All of these questions and more will have to wait until the next adventure. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video from Koh Tao on the journey to Phuket. See you in the next one.